Every year there's this big event called the house dinner that we had in my boarding house. And for the first time, there was some people saying, yo, low key, we might be able to get you on our table. Let me check the numbers. And he's like, wait, no. Ask him. He might have some people on his table. And basically, I wasn't on anyone's table. I just wasn't super close with any one or two people. Fast forward to the end of the year when there's the formal dinner. It's not confined to just the boarding house and the people in the boarding house. It's the whole like school year level. I get a message from my friend. He's like, yo, have you filled out the form so that we can be on the same table together? That was such a nice feeling, from like never being invited to be on a table to actually knowing like, yeah, I'm on a table with my boys this year for the next big event. The difference is I was not spending enough time getting super close with one or two people. And honestly, I'm gonna explain in this video how to make one super close friend. It completely changes your life. It makes it so much better. I'm Finn and I help young guys make really good friends. I have like a mentorship thing going on. If you want free call, I'll give you advice and then we can see if you're a good suit for my mentorship. Click the link in the description. If not, I have a Discord, and if not, bro, you got free content, subscribe, like go for your life, mate. Now, I want to tell you this story about, I met him on the first day of, let's say, year 11 at school. And year 12 is the final year. Year 11, I met him on like one of the first days of school, and I sat down and had dinner with him when he didn't have anyone to sit with. I really liked him. He had a big Instagram account, which I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, obviously, I liked him as a person, but then I was like, yo, this guy's respectable. And I'm like, you go to the gym? He goes to the gym. I'm like, this is the kind of guy I would want to be really close with. And I'm like, yo, we should hang out soon. For the next 6 months. Yeah, maybe I'm free next week. Oh, shit, bro, sorry, I'm not free. That over and over, I swear, I invited him to so many things, never free. So at some point, I didn't give up, but I kind of just like, all right, I'm not really going to ask as much. And I was just like friendly to him in person. And then near the end of the year, I was like, yo, bro, do you want to just hang out on the holiday? I'm going to be back in in January. School starts, year 12 starts in February. January is holidays. And he's like, yeah, bro, I would love to do that. I'll actually be free. I won't be working at Macca's. I broke up with my girl. This whole time I thought, oh, he might not like me. He might not even want to hang out with me. He just had a lot fucking going on. Like, a relationship. He had, like, some kind of sickness. He had, what's the fucking other thing? Oh, yeah, he was working a job. Like, he was super busy. So, well, the biggest lesson I learned here is keep assuming that they like you. I never pushed it. I never asked him like 30 times in one day, yo, you need to hang, you want to hang out, you want to hang out? No. I just overall like kept kind of asking him like because we would say hi to each other a lot at the gym. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. And he would just always be busy. Eventually, it got to the day he came over to hang out. And this is something that nobody speaks about online. When he came in the door, I wouldn't say it was awkward. But there was that like quiet energy, you know, we were like, yo, it's super nice to see you. Honestly, we clicked really well. Like we had a lot in common, and he was in like such a nice mood compared to at school. This guy was depressed, bro. I mean, I was as well, bro. No one was happy at my school like during the day, you know. No one's as happy at school as outside of school. It's just common sense, right? After an hour, we decided, okay, let's go to the gym. He put all of his stuff at my house. We went to the gym. We had a workout. We started talking about like, you know, one of his breakups, and like we went in, like he got real deep with me about something, and I explained like something that I really like didn't tell many people about. We connected really well. We got, what's the word? You have to have a little bit of vulnerability, to like a bit of authenticity. That's how you truly connect with someone. And then after that, we got back to mine. We were cooking some steaks and eggs. We were like, it started to become real fun. We were laughing a lot. And then we went out. There's this function where we were still under 18 at this time. And you go to this not concert, like it's like a nightclub for only under 18 people. They just don't have alcohol there. But to be honest, most of the people just get fucking hammered and go in anyways. Well, not most of the people, like maybe 50 to 80%. Anyways, that is most of the people. We went in, but at first, I'm standing there with him. We walk in and we just kind of like look around. He literally says, he's like, now what? And it's funny as fuck because like we just thought we were gonna walk in here and it was gonna be the best night ever. We were hyping up the whole like drive there, and we get there, it's like, but then I'm like, nah, Kai, hold on, let me cook, right? Because I've been going out the month before in December. Hell, I've been going out with my super close friends, becoming super social. I'd unlocked this new level of being social, right? And anyone can do this. I was always like the weird kid when I was young. Anyone can learn how to do that. I just started talking to the less intimidating people. I was like, the little, scrawny kid. I was like, what's up, G? How you going? Dab them up. Just do that and like have some small talk. When you've had small talk with 20 people, genuinely, it's only 20, you just hit like some fucking flow state. Obviously, if you've never been social in your whole life and you talk to 20 people, you may not be the most social guy on the planet. But for most people, it honestly, you can get to like that super like open state really quickly if you're with a really good friend. And at first when I said hi to someone, I was like, yo, this is my boy. You have to introduce them to each other. But not before long, bro. I look to my left. This guy's just straight up. I don't even need to say nothing. He's just like twirling some girls around. He's surrounded by 5 girls. I'm like, all right, I've done my thing, like I've warmed up a little. I'm in a good mood. I've introduced him. He's in a good mood, and now he's having fun. And that night, I cannot say like any details at all. Like, it was the most nuts night I'd had in like months. It maybe one of the most nuts nights I've ever had. That I've enjoyed that night so much more than any other like experience, or than most experiences I've had before. It was just the most awesome fucking few hours of my life. And the thing is, we got back to school, and like after having this amazing night, we were still like quite close, but I still put in effort. I was like, yo, come to dinner tonight. Cause it was like after that night we were super close. I don't think we hung out before we got back to school, but we were like, yo, let's go to the gym. Let's go, like, we went to the gym. We were always there at similar times, or we would go eat dinner at the dining hall at our school quite often together. And then eventually he invited me to his 18th and like this hot tub night. And the thing is, I don't want to get like the hot tub story. I'm about to tell you that in a second. It always comes back around. If you've like gone out of your way and you've like think someone's really proper dude, you think they're a really good guy, you think they're like a nice person, they're not so scared about being judged, they're open-minded, they want to talk to people, they want to get in a better shape. You don't want to make a friend with someone who doesn't want to be social. They just want to sit in their room playing fucking PS4. Like, fuck off. Like, you can play, I don't give a shit if you play games, but like, you want to be social. That's a normal thing. If someone doesn't want to be social, maybe it's fair. Maybe they have like a valid point. Potentially, maybe they're really like, they genuinely love being by themselves. Most of the time it's an excuse because humans are social creatures. Just leave them to do their own thing, bro. If they don't want to be social, don't try and make them social all the time. Like, you can help someone who wants to be social, but if they don't want to be social, don't even bother, right? And then the thing is, I judge people based off, do they go to the gym regularly? Are they super kind? Do they care what people think too much? Will they have your back? Those are probably like the 4 things I really care about. I don't judge too harshly on like grades, because I feel like it's a bit of a misconception of like someone's character. I'm not like, oh, F students are inventors. That's not my vibe. Like, if you're in school, go do your best in school with like, this is a completely side point, but try and grind during school. You don't want to be working too much outside of school. You want to be like so productive in school that as soon as you get home, you have like free time. You speed run the homework and then you go hang out with your friends. Like, that's ideal if you can like pull it off properly and you work during your breaks and you like use your spare period properly. You could low-key get away with that. And then maybe like a bit of study before tests. Anyways, next point. Eventually, when I got invited to my friend, the hot tub night, it's basically my friend's like, yo boys, come to my house in this area. I got a hot tub. So we all go there, and it's a bit more of a drinking kind of night. We're all like, we're doing some online gambling, and we're doing a bit of fucking having a couple bevs and all that. Bit degenerate. Okay, a little bit degenerate. But it doesn't matter, because that night we had such great chats with the boys, and we went in the hot tub and it started pouring with rain. It was kind of cold outside. It was awesome. It was like a makeshift onsen, but it was raining outside. It was fucking awesome. I love that night so much. And I got so much closer with these two guys that were really good friends with him. And then I basically repeated the same process with them. I went to the gym with them, or I would go eat dinners with them, and then I would invite them. I invited all four of them to a party. And then I had a friend group who invited me to the formal table. I was with them. We all went to formal together. Actually, one of us didn't. One of the boys didn't go to formal with us, but when he was there, you know, we hung out a lot. When we were at the after party, we hung out a lot. Like, the whole point is, right, I finally had a friend group, and it wasn't as complicated as obviously there's so many hard details. It's not easy to just go, oh yeah, you just turn up to the party, you talk to everyone. I know that better than anyone. I was not naturally social. Now it's easy for me because I've gone so far. I still remember exactly what it was like yesterday when I would want to speak to someone. I was like, holy fuck. Like, it would be so scary. Maybe not yesterday, but like more like a few years ago or a year ago. I still remember, or even sometimes I wake up and I'm not social. A lot of the time I need to get socially warm or flow state or whatever. There's a lot more to it than you think, and I can help you with that. If you want just like some basic help, because honestly, I feel like I could give better advice if you guys booked. I mean, a few people have like called with me on the 30-minute call. But if you click the link in the description, you have a 30-minute call with me. I'll give you the best advice I can think of then. We can talk about if you want to be like part of my mentorship thing. Either way, you can contact me by joining my Discord server. That's just like free value there. And subscribe, bro. You free content forever. On top of that, if you like the video, like it, comment with your opinion, experience, question. A comment goes a long way for a small YouTuber like me. So I hope you have a blessed day. God bless you, bro. Have a good one.